recognizing that the music in the background is Kimo Hula, Slack-key rendition of it by Brother John Keawe. Let's go to our telephone callers and see what people have to say. Aloha caller, welcome to the program.
Oh, Poka, that's a beautiful melody.
Yes, it is. Yeah. It's still residing there in the back.
Mahalo Yahweh, kahuamo, ikaho kita, enamali, yakolei, oilawei, olei, makani, lei, ona. Isn't that lovely?
Oh, beautiful. Sometimes the only thing that sort of restricts or restrain us is the technology, or your voice is only as good as your telephone. And sad to say, I had some interruptions, but I would love to hear you.
Oh, boy. I didn't do it wrong.
Go ahead. Hello, you still there? Okay, I cannot hear you now. I hear you laughing very lightly. Okay, you cut it in and out. I cannot hear you.
I'll call back later, Poka.
Yeah, okay. All right, thank you. Aloha. And it's a shame to have lost that that, especially the singing. Next time we call back, I think I just might end up playing the song again, and let's listen to one of our songsters who obviously knows the song and loves the song. Okay, we were talking about this step approach, and I think what I'm going to do, I haven't really written it up. I don't recall writing. Usually when I have some different concepts, I may write it and then I'll post it on my website. I don't think I have posted this step analysis on the website. And for some people, they feel more comfortable if they have something in their hand to be able to understand the concepts and even take with them. So what I think I'll do is I'll go ahead and write what I had just talked about. My website is found at HawaiianPerspectives.org. I am guilty of not maintaining it on a regular basis. So if you have a computer and you can go into the internet system, you may want to check out www.hawaiianperspectives.org. And I will be posting a paper dealing with the step analysis. Okay, I did share it while I was in New Mexico among a small group of people who, after the conference, had sat and we talked about some of the things that occurred, and they also wanted to hear about a little expansion on my comments, especially as it dealt with the government learning to listen to the people, just like what I assume heaven is able to hear the voices of the people, and not necessarily only that of the Pope or of the priesthood. And so we talked about this analysis, and some of them wrote it out and asked if they could use it. So I say, of course, go ahead and use it in whatever way you can. It's yours. I've just told you about it, so now it becomes part of your, what do you call it? In your bag of arrows. It's another arrow for you. Okay. Other than that, this is Poka Lainui. If you would like to call and share an opinion on some of the matters that we have talked about, our telephone number here is 524-1080, and we'll put you on the radio and see what you have to say. All right, what's happening with that old question of rail? Well, wasn't there a recent federal cutback on the amount of money that is to be spent on rail? and it's just a few millions and millions of dollars. It seems funny. On one hand, they're cutting the health care costs from the state side, and on the other side, the city, the administration at least, is so flippant about costs for rail and all of those things. Okay. And any comments about the baby who was stillborn, and then began to have life or show life activity 12 hours later, although they had placed the baby in a coffin? My inquiry was, did they place the placenta in the coffin with the child, or was it only the child? And in last night's discussion, I talked about, from a Hawaiian cultural perspective or Hawaiian health perspective, I guess one can call it the aka cords, the relationship, everything is relationship. So a baby continues to have this bond with either mother or with the placenta that has encircled the child all this period of time. And this sudden traumatic separation, especially with this child, which the news say was born premature, to have that separation occur may result in what some people call a blue baby, and to bring back the healthy condition for the child is to place the placenta next to the child so the child can feel the warmth and continue that relationship that oftentimes we don't understand, we don't appreciate, we don't fully acknowledge the, what do you call it, the vibrations or the electronics that occur between a child and his or her prior environment. The Hawaiians say, place a blue baby next to the placenta and the baby will begin to recover. I had also shared the story of, in Hawaiian history, when one of our ali'i's child was in the same condition and it was thought to be dead. Then a chief who was given responsibility and I think was supposed to have cared for this particular child, as he took the child, he was able to see from this so-called dead child the spirit of the child up on a cloud. It was a dark cloud. It was sitting up on that cloud. Kau. So it was sitting on that cloud. He could see it. Kau ike auuli. He saw the spirit sitting on a dark cloud. And so by the chant and calling the spirit into the child, they were able to bring about the life back into the child. And from there, the child eventually became Kau Ikeaoli, King Kamehameha III, who was probably the most prolific in terms of affecting the Hawaiian society and bringing it to its stature as a recognized independent nation, state within the international community. Okay, more of that later. We do have a caller. Let's go to the call. Aloha, caller. Welcome to the program.
Hey, Poka, how's that now?
Yeah, perfect. And,
okay.
And I'm sort of eager to have you sing that song again, but I'll leave it for some other program. And then when you call, I'm going to have your voice. I'm going to play that song, but stay in tune with the song, okay?
Okay.
No, I'm only kidding. But it was beautiful.
I hear that song.
Uh-huh.
I think of what I heard from Uncle Mahi Beamer.
Mm-hmm.
Explaining to us one time.
Mm-hmm.
When you see that song was written for Kimo Henderson, who was a very dear friend of Uncle Mahi's grandmother.
I see.
Helen Deshay Beamer.
Uh-huh.
And, he said as you drove up to the home, and the home was called Pi'i Honua.
Where was that home at?
Located in the uplands of Hilo.
I see.
It's a very cool place, very lush. Everything is so green up there. And as you drove up the driveway up to the house, the driveway was flanked by gardenia hedges. And so you had this almost overwhelming fragrance of the gardenia, yeah?
I see.
And if you are familiar with that fragrance, it's really nice, yeah?
Yeah.
It's really, really nice. So, I mean, right away, the first thing that greeted you was this fragrance of the gardenia as you drove up the driveway to Pi'i Honua.
I see.
Then around the home was as the song says, Kihapaipua, a flower garden. And it would draw the birds of the forest like the yellow-eyed Iivi, which also is mentioned in the song. Yeah, so it was just a wonderful place to be. The flowers and, of course, the host of the Hendersons. Kimo and his wife, who is also referred to in the song, her Hawaiian name was Le Makani Le Ona Ona.
Oh, is it Le Makani?
Yeah.
Le Ona Ona.
Ona.
Le of winds? And this fragrance of the winds?
Yeah,
wow.
Right. Yeah, the kind of wind-borne fragrance, yeah, of a wreath of flowers.
Yeah, what a beautiful name.
Yeah. And it just, so these things come to mind, when I hear the song, and the melody itself, is really such a nice, sweet melody, and it's really an expression of the love that this woman had. She was such a loving, talented woman too. And so that's just a really sweet song. I love to hear the rendition to it that is played by
John Keawe.
Yeah.
Oh, and
so on a less pleasant topic.
Well, before you go to a less pleasant topic, this one is so pleasant. The name Pi'i Honua. Yeah. Pi'i is to sort of climb, and Honua is the earth. So it talks about a height area, Pi'i Honua. So it's in Hilo, the name of this place, Pi'i Honua.
Yeah. But it's in the uplands of Hilo.
Yeah. Okay.
Area reminds me of like if you go into the Nuku'onu Valley or if you go up into Manoa Valley, there's that kind of coolness and it's so lush,
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's a nice song, and I was very pleasantly surprised when you began singing it, and and so we really need to have you maybe sometimes in the future when we open with that song or include that song. Please call first, and then we'll play the song. Okay.
Well, it's one of the Beamer family's songs. There are so many. But I really love that one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And for those of you who may have tuned in late and not know what song we are talking about, it's Kimo Hula, and we have just played the slack key rendition of it by Brother John Keawe.
And he got him down, Brother John. He plays it so sweetly. I understand one of his influences in I guess inspiring him in wanting to play was Helen's great-grandson, Keola.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah. It was one of his early inspirations about 40 years ago.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
You see, in fact, it was 40 years ago this year that his first album was released. Jack DeMello presents Keola Beamer
I
Hawaiian
see.
slack key guitar in the real old style.
Hmm.
And the title cut was a song that he wrote for his grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
The title of the song is Real Old Style,
Yeah.
and he pays a sort of tribute to his grandfather,
Mm-hmm.
Paul Beamer,
Hmm.
who was himself a multi-talented man, a rancher, musician.
Mm-hmm.
He once saved the life of a woman off of Waikiki Beach, with his aquatic skills.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah, so that's when I hear that song. It's just, oh man, it kind of lifts me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just, it puts a smile in my heart and on my face.
Well, I'm glad we
Can't
could.
help it. Yeah,
Yeah, at least add
so-
that to your day. Wow.
Aloha, sweetheart, grandma, as she's called, and to her, Ohana, the Beamer family,
Mm-hmm.
hearing that with us.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
the less pleasant topic. This past week, I couldn't help but see a story in the news where the mayor
Yes.
spoke at a meeting of workers from Kiewit, the company that is involved in the construction of the rail
Right.
project,
Mm-hmm.
and the mayor exhorted them, I guess you would say, to go out and talk to the people that they know, to persuade them about the worthiness of the project. And I couldn't help but note, how come, Mr. Mayor, you will not appear at places where you know you are going to be challenged and asked hard questions about the project. But here you are telling these construction workers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably don't know as much about the project as you're supposed to know, right? Because you are the mayor,
Mm-hmm.
supposed to know more about it than these guys. But yet, he will not go in front of people that he knows disagree with him, will challenge him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I find this to be, because what he's asking them to do, there's bound to be some people among their friends and family who are opposed to the project, right?
Yeah.
There's got to be. Because, the polls show us
The majority is against it.
significant amount of people who are opposed to the project, right?
Yes.
So you're asking these guys to go out into the line of fire, yeah?
Yeah, to campaign for him.
Yeah, and face the fire while you're going to hide behind them, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And you're the mayor,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, man, what? I know if I was a construction worker, I would tell them, hey, Peter, how come, are you doing it? Are you going in front of people who, some of my friends and family, they don't like the project, right?
Yeah.
But you're telling me to go talk to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So are you doing the same thing? Are you going in front of the parts of the public that are opposed to this project?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so, right?
Yeah.
Up to this time, they've been using the coloring books and, the glossy brochures, right? And now they're running these commercials on the radio from the Pacific Resource Partnership, talking about how this thing has been well thought out and, let's go ahead,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just, and then when he pledged that from now on we will be more transparent, virtually an admission that up until now,
They have not been.
we have not been, right? But notice this only happens after the polls come out, showing now you get a majority that's against the project, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now is the time to come. Okay, so now we could be more transparent, right?
And on the day he announces it, the papers print that they have taken another step that no one knew about.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And when they raised the city's debt ceiling to accommodate this project,
That's right.
it was done without his, you know, without not only his approval, but he didn't even know about it, right?
Yeah, and the city council really didn't know. But they did say that they had hidden it in their report to the city council. Of course, they didn't use those words.
Right. And his response is, well, you know, me and Doug Chin, we run the city together. Well, if that's the case, why do we need you? Right? Why don't you go back to, you know, what you was doing before? Right? We don't need you if you guys going to run the city together.
Yeah.
And let's cut the, you know,
cut the costs.
Money, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man, these guys.
It's funny.
I don't know, I think he assumed that, you know, people is tuned out, or we're not, you know, we too stoned or drunk or something like that, yeah? I mean, it's an insult to people who are watching and who are thinking and who are aware when you do that kind of stuff. Come out on a date at the poll, you know.
Yeah.
The polls come out, okay, now we're going to be more transparent. Also, this other guy, this new head now of Heart, right?
Yes.
He's saying the same thing, yeah?
He did say he's not going to have any coloring books.
Right. Yeah, right. Oh, man. But, you know, and another thing that has happened that I've heard about recently is that there's a bill now in the legislature which would exempt development that is proposed around these rail stations from the normal processes of environmental review and so forth. And it will now limit the opportunities for the public to raise concerns and objections to it. It was introduced by Donovan Dela Cruz. So, you know, and it's, you know, of all things now, you find the Republicans in the legislature and the Sierra Club and environmentalists on the same side, right, opposing this.
Interesting,
right?
Yeah, interesting.
But Democrats are favoring this.
What's happened to the bill? Did it get out of committee, or is it on its way to passage, or what?
Oh, it's not dead, I know that, but where it is specifically, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
In fact, I think if you were to go back in the newspaper this past week, you will find the number of the bill.
Okay.
The story appeared on the front page around the middle or early
part of the week.
Part of the week, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can you know, see which one and then see what the word is.
Yeah, the status is, Yeah.
But I mean, it seemed like these people, they're turning into just lapdogs for development. And it's, you know, it's not. I mean, they're so hell bent on development, thinking that we need jobs. To me, these construction workers, why don't you guys become farmers instead?
Good point.
I mean, is that all does it have to be construction? There's no construction, then you guys, you're going to act like, we got no job. Oh, you guys get brains, right? Can't you guys go do something else?
Yeah.
I mean, don't sell yourselves. I bet a lot of these guys could do something else, huh?
That's right. But it's sort of a short-sightedness, and I guess it's a sense of lack of control that they can only respond to an employer telling them where their life's work is to be placed. And so if you open up you offer them a job, then they sort of get tracked in that job, whether it's a carpenter or a mason or a heavy equipment operator, and they cannot see beyond that. For some people,
Yeah. It's, you know, this is, and then when you look at, for example, the Land Use Commission, and you look at where these people come from and their ties to, you know, guess what? Development, construction, right? These guys on the Land Use Commission. Huh? What do you think they're going to vote for? I don't know. when a proposal comes before them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You think they're going to show a appropriate concern for the long term, for sustainability, and for agriculture, and concern for the environment? Nah, right?
Yeah. Well, I think now they've. I'm not sure about their just going along with all of the proposals being made. I have something else on my mind, and I'm watching the clock. I'm going to have to go to music.
Kaulana na pua o Hawaii Kupa ama hope o ka aina Iki mai ka elele o ka loko ino Pala pala anunu me ka paka Pane mai Hawaii moku o ke ave Koku ana honoa o Pi'ilani Ka ko'o mai kaua I o mano Pa'apu me ke oni o ka kuhi he